we looking at?
Stupid battle droids, get out of the way! Hello there. This is General Grievous, and you are watching Southern Comic Geek.
Roger.
What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with another haul video. Now, before we get into all of this comic book goodness, you know the drill. Go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. So when videos like this go live or drop ever so randomly, you are one of the first people to know and can make the conscious decision as to whether or not to watch it now or later. As long as you watch it, we appreciate you. Talking about people that we appreciate, how about the ever-growing list of YouTube and Patreon channel supporters? If you're interested in the benefits of being a channel supporter, either through Patreon or YouTube, hit those links in the description below. And it's always a good time to save some money. So if you're looking to buy those supplies to protect those ever-increasing value in your comic books, cards, vinyl records, etc., visit bcwsupplies.com. Use the coupon code SCG and save 10% at checkout. What is going on? Starscream. I was about to headbang to the intro. Nola asked, how was it? Well, I will get to that in just a second. Thank you, Starscream, one of the channel members. Appreciate you for stopping by. And since you are an Autobot guy, I got some stuff that you're probably going to like. Autobot guy, and your name's Starscream. Transformers guy, how about that? But anyway, we got 5 folks in the chat, so appreciate you folks for showing up, doing this video today, talking about Showcase 2021. But I want to know now! Talking about Showcase 2021 and what I picked up there, as well as some stuff I picked up on the way home and some stuff that was waiting for me when I got home. So that's always good when the mailman decides to let go of your comic books through from the USPS dungeon and says, now you can finally have your books that you've paid your hard-earned money for. But I went to Showcase. I don't know if there was one last year with COVID or not. No, I don't remember if they ended up having one. If I went, I know I didn't go, but I don't remember if they even had one. But I did go in 2019, and when that one was at a different location, the only creator they had there back in 2019 was Larry Hama, who, when I say only, you know, it's like, okay, this guy's worked on Wolverine and G.I. Joe and tons of other titles, so it's not like it's a small feat or whatever, but they definitely had a bigger, or were supposed to have a bigger cast of creators there. I think that some of them must have not ended up coming at the last minute, and probably we'll get to some of that in just a bit. I did bump into French Quarter Comics while I was there. It said hello. We were in this tight booth, and he was looking through some comics, and then he was trying to deal with the guy, and I was trying to look through some comics to see if he had left anything for me. But that booth didn't really have nothing for me. And that was all that we saw there. But also did want to make mention about the ASM 300, the 6.0 that is this month's giveaway, the Varangian Vigilante. What is going on? So the ASM first full appearance of Venom is this month's giveaway, and how you enter to win is by being a channel member or Patreon member through YouTube or through Patreon or both. You get 10 chances to win by just doing that, and if you give a super chat, for every $1 super chat, you get entered to win one time per $1. And you can do that in shows like this that are live or premieres from now through the end of the month. Since we're coming up to the end of the month, I have a couple videos. I don't know if I'm going to be able to release them on a premiere. They're pre-recorded, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to premiere them and be able to have that option. So a coming down to the last few times. If you're doing the super chat, you can join the channel at any time, like after hours, so to speak. But you can't really do a deal there. So Nola says, still waiting. Well, see, the thing about cons is this, that it's really in the eye of the beholder. If you have bigger cons that you've been to, like I have, will say, okay, that I could have left that one alone. And in which case, I would say that this con I did get some pickups. If you saw my Instagram earlier, you saw that I did get one sketch cover. I got several signatures, as I'm apt to do. Picked up a few prints and got to talk to some of the creators there. And just a few handful of books. It was not a very good con for me. Now, having said that, again, if you're local and you can drive right up the road like Nola Comics can, then he should have just went just to get out of the house and see what's up and see about picking up a few things. I know that Sparks Comics, I didn't see who dat, but I know Sparks Comics, too, just elected not to go, but didn't. Well, you didn't miss an awful lot. They had a few wall books, and I did pick up a book that was about $100. So I guess that is a big book in some people's minds. One that I've been on the hunt for and just finally seen it out in the wild at a con and decided to pick it up. So I guess that was okay. But then you don't know what you don't know, because there was another con that was an hour north of me versus this one is 2 hours south of me. And I kind of debated which one to go to. But there's another comic book store down there in New Orleans on the North Shore, Big Easy Comics, and they are closing. They are the closest place to me for Bad Idea Comics. Which Bad Idea is going out of business. I get it. But that was the closest place to get those books. And so they're going out of business. They had some Bad Idea books there for me. I did pick a few other things while I was there. So, you pass that, or I passed that on the way to the con or on the way back. So I was like, okay, well, I'll do that. And then that way I can pick those books up too. Otherwise, I probably would just drove 1 hour and gone to the other con. But the other con was a more corporate con. It's the same people that puts it on in various big cities. They put one on in Lafayette, one in Birmingham, Alabama, one in Jackson. They put several on, and a lot of times they have the same cast of characters as far as creators at every one. That one had Lando, which Billy D. Williams there to sign. Also had whose name I can't remember. The original April O'Neil was there. John Beatty, who is an inker, who's done things like Secret Wars and inked a lot of Kelly Jones's Batman back in the 90s and things like that. He was at the Jackson Con. Well, the one in Slidell had Michael Golden. If I had not already seen him and got a sketch cover from him in Huntsville at the Huntsville Comic Con a couple months ago, that would have been great. He didn't act like he was having too much fun. There wasn't a lot of action over there at his table. Tom Cook, who also was at the Huntsville Comic Con, he's the animator who worked on Thundar the Barbarian, He-Man, Scooby-Doo, etc., etc. So he was there. There were a few other ones. Rags Morales was supposed to be there, but I did not see him. Rags worked on several things, including several Valiant books, and I got him to do a sketch cover for me back in Huntsville, but I did not see him down there. There were several other creators there. Those were probably the more mainstream ones that have worked on, some books with the big two or stuff that you would know. Arthur Sudiem was there. That was the other one. So Arthur Sudiem, who's known for his zombie work with Marvel Zombies, Deceased, and Walking Dead, etc. And then the voice of one of the Pokemon characters. I don't know anything about Pokemon, so I mean, I don't know. She probably was the most active. I mean, there was more people in her line than there were in a lot of other people's lines. Getting signatures. There was a couple of other indie creators, which I'll get to in a minute, and really, there's more toys than there were comics. It's put on by Showcase Collectibles, which is in Slidell. I've been to there several times. If I'm in the area, I'm always stopping by to see what they've got. But it's not a store where I have been fortunate enough to find too many super deals. But, whatever. The toy store that's right there beside them, Omega Toys, they were there. And several probably more independent people, local people that were there at the thing. So that is that. So also, before we get into showing all this goodness, I did want to mention again, if you have not already and you are interested in picking up the channel exclusive Power Ninja Tunes cover, the 181 of Hulk homage. And if you're interested in picking that up, I have some of the regular covers and a handful of the chrome and one gold left. So if you're interested in picking up any of those, then hit me up over on IG and we can see about making a deal on that. Yeah, it was kind of expected. I didn't know that. I expected to have some dollar bins, maybe some $2 bins that I can raffle through. There was none of that. And that to me kind of set the tone of, yeah, okay. Whereas some people would be just going for wall books. Okay. And if you were looking for a lot of big books, not to say that I'm not looking for big books or actively looking for big books, there's some, but, a lot of the big books I have, I guess big books, so probably the biggest books value wise that I would like to pick up, that would be the most likely represented on a back wall of a Comic Con would be like Hulk 2 through 6. But I didn't see any of that. And, whereas other people, they're looking for the first appearance of this character, that character, it's like, okay, I've got the ones I want. So, right now that's kind of where I'm at with my collecting. So really I was looking for stuff that I might then turn around and flip and sell. I did pick up some stuff to do that, but I also picked up some stuff for the PC. So let's show the stuff, shall we? That is the most important thing. Let's show these goodies off right here. So I've been getting some more prints since I bought a book to hold the prints to kind of keep them from getting all bangled up. And Starscream, if you're still in the chat, this is one of the things I was talking about. This guy, he has done it because I got a Transformers cover. It's an exclusive to the comic store that actually put on the con, Showcase Collectibles. I didn't realize it was put the connection together until he had them there for sale. And he was also selling this print. So this one was actually still on the wall of the booth, the last one that he had, and he pulled it off and noticed that there was a little tear down here. And so he elected to sell that to me for half price. So shout out to him. He did this print, but it really looks just like the old art from the back in the day of the OG Generation 1 Transformers. Also picked up this print. This guy has actually done some covers. He's doing some indie work right now. And this was just a really sick looking Beastman with Skeletor in the background that he done. And then he signed for me right down here. So that was pretty cool. This guy was probably, I don't know that he's ever been known as a headliner at a Comic Con before, but for me, he was. We've got Comics and Death Metal. What is going on, man? Dropping the $4 super chat, putting his name in the hat for that ASM 300. And let me tell you, folks, this guy is super lucky. He's won all kinds of big books. So will his $4, his 4 chances earn him an ASM 300? I don't know. We shall see. But thank you for that, sir. But this guy right here has probably never been a headliner at any Comic-Con, but he was to me because he actually had worked on some books that I have. And I know you guessed it, Valiant Comics. So I do have this comic. And had I known there was a print, I would have brought this comic in particular to get him to sign as well. Thanks, man. Would have brought this one as well, but nevertheless, I got this from him and signed it. Now, he is also the guy that done this sketch cover for me. And so I talked to him. I said, you worked on the OG Rye. Now, when you say OG Rye, you're talking about not the Rye that you see from Valiant Comics today, even from the latter run of Clayton Crane's run, VH2. So that would be the new one. So the one we were just talking about, for those of you who are not familiar, he's not the original Rye, but the original to the comics Rye. He did look like that. But then when he died and another guy took his mantle back in the 90s, this guy had a goatee. He had some shrinkins right here going across his shoulder, and he had the ponytail. So we were just talking about this, and I was like, can you do a Rye like that? Yeah. Okay. So this is what I got. But nevertheless, I mean, it wasn't what I was intending, but it was still great. And let me tell you the reason why. A lot of times when you have published authors, writers, or artists rather, when you have these published artists, they get really expensive for a full sketch with color like this. So this guy, he was giving me his prices, and I said, he gave me the price for the full body sketch. He did not mention it being in color. So when I got it back in color, that was a pleasant surprise. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't but $150. So some people that don't collect sketch covers say $150. I am not going to get the first appearance of somebody. Yeah, you could, and it's great if that's what you do. But this is kind of what I do. So he did this for $150. I thought that was a really good price. Cool sketch, even though it wasn't what I had in mind and vision. He let his creative juices flow onto the page, and I appreciate that. So let's show some more books that I picked up. So we got the Incredible Hulk 213. Not a big key or anything like that, but picked that up. I've been kind of on the lookout for this book right here. Of course, this is the Immortal Hulk #1. This is an homage to, is it 105 maybe? Somebody in the chat if you know, or if you're watching this on the rewind, let me know down in the description below. But I've been looking for this, just hadn't found the right price, the right time. So the right time was today because there wasn't a lot of big books or bigger books for me to pick up. So I decided to get this. They had $45 on the front, but then they had $25 on the back. So he was like, I guess go with the lower one. I said, I like your thinking. So that's what we did. Looks really clean. The spine looks really clean. There's some color right up here by the staple, which is very typical for Marvel these days. But nevertheless, there is Incredible Hulk #1. Or Immortal Hulk, rather, #1. So this is... today you found Hulk 184 and 183. Did you get excited if they were in, descending order? You've been 184, 183. What? Oh. So this is, I believe, Immortal Hulk #1, but this is a variant. It is a shattered variant of Incredible Hulk's or King Size Hulk #1, which is the Jim Steranko cover. So I like to get some homages of that one. And speaking of homages, Immortal Hulk #1 again, but this is the 8-bit game variant. So I don't know if the camera can pick it up or if y'all are familiar with the 8-bit game variant, but this is they've got several in this Immortal Hulk run, but this is the 8-bit one. And this one's kind of the more pricey of them. I mean, I paid $100 for this, and which is more than I paid for the regular A cover. Going back to Mr. Ramos, who did that rye print for me. I had gotten this a while back off of a guy off of IG, and this is Deathmate, which was the crossover between Valiant and Image back in the day. And so they did Deathmate tours where all the artists and writers, they made these tours. Well, they had an East Coast and a West Coast tour. So it just, I guess, depends on if you were invited or, you know, what kind of people, which ones did you want to hang out with or got to hang out with. So I had never gotten a signature from him before, so I didn't know what his signature is like. And Deathmate Black, there you go, first appearance of Gen 13. And so I knew some of these signatures. I still don't know some of them. This is Jim Lee's, and this is Joe Quesada's. Those are pretty recognizable. This is Don Frigga, but I didn't know who the other ones were. So I was like, you know, maybe he signed it, maybe he hasn't. I don't know. So I said, hey, did you sign this book yet? And he looked at it and he goes, oh, looking and seeing who signed it, they were in the other group that was going. I didn't get to go to that one. So we rectified that and got him to sign right there. And on occasion, when you have books like that or like this one right here, I like to try to get multiple people to sign it, as long as there's some space for them to sign it. You know, it's just one of my things. And so I had gotten Rags Morales to sign it right there back at Huntsville Comic Con, and I got No Campbell, for shame. And then I got Rob to sign it, and he signed it right there. So we got 2 people on that one right there. For those of you who are Wizard aficionados, this is the book that came in the Wizard magazine that was, or one of the many Wizard magazines that was pushing Valiant Comics. It was included inside that polybag. So we got Author Sudiyam, the guy known for his Marvel Zombies and Deceased work. He was at Pensacon. I passed over him at Huntsville because I was just buying too much stuff already. But at Pensacon, he was there, and then I said, well, I'll get him when I come back through. He wasn't at his booth when I come back through. I said, screw it, whatever. But he was there today, and I picked up this Deceased #4, which is an obvious homage to The Killing Joke, and he signed it for me. He also did a COA for me as well. And this, so also backed an Indiegogo campaign. So this guy, Tim Latte, I think that's how you say his last name. He's done some work for IDW with Ghostbusters and with Turtles too, I believe. But he's doing this Indiegogo campaign for Night Stars. So if you want to check him out over on Indiegogo, I backed him today. Didn't do the smallest one, but I did one to get the book, and you get a hardcover with it for like $25. And I said, he was telling me a little bit about it. I said, well, that sounds interesting enough. I'll get it. And then he did a sketch for me, which he did of Slimer. So that was pretty cool. He did say he was going to come on the show, and I told him that he could come on the channel and talk up his book, which is Night Stars, and that he could do that. So I'm be looking forward to that in the future. We got T-Pain up in the house. Craig69, if you were here, I would acknowledge you, but I know you're not really here. We got Warlock as well. Hey, hey. How is it going? Another one of the channel members. Appreciate you for stopping by to see what I picked up today at the con. Also met this guy. He's got some independent books in here too. But this just came out like, what, last month before last, and that is TMNT number 115. And this is a ratio variant, and he had one and he signed it for me down there. And Starscream's screaming foul, Craig. He said that's his number. Here's some other Hulks that I picked up. 211. Nothing big, nothing super big or anything with those Hulks. Just some older 30 cent goodies. 214, where he fights Jack of Hearts. And so this is the Showcase exclusive that I was talking about. So Showcase, again, is the comic shop down there that puts on this particular con. And they had done this one. I'd seen that this book actually slab. They have a bunch of them there at their shop. But the artist, signed it for me right there. And the book went but $10. I was like, wow. So let's see if that guy. So I realized when I got this book and I put it in my CLZ app that I already had some of this same series of Transformers that I had gotten Jeff Edwards, who had done a cover for them, to sign back at Starscream said claim. Yeah, that's a pretty cool cover, ain't it? Check that out, Starscream. So going back to the guy that done the Turtles, he done this independent work. I'm trying to remember his first name. His last name is Guidry. Well, this is kind of a strange read. It's a quick read. I read it on the way home. The Night Driver, and so I'm not going to spoil it for you. But this guy kills this guy, and that's what this book's basically about. He also did this thing, Rebel, which is actually like a origin story of Jen Erso. So, woo! Did y'all see that? I flew off the desk. Anyway, this happened prior to Rogue One. Obviously, this is a bootleg. He's not, authorized by Disney to do his deal. Gavin Guidry. Okay, so Gavin Guidry is the guy's name that done the Turtles book and that last book and this one. So obviously he's not authorized to do that. So he's like, I can't really sell this to you, but if you buy some other stuff, I'll throw it in. He had done this, going to the chapel. Well, he didn't really sing that, but I mean, this is what I think when I look at this book. So this is the floppy of issue 1. Then you got issue 2. Issue 3, issue 4, and then I got the trade, which on the trade he signed on the inside right here. So I'm going to keep the trade, and I will probably be giving these away on the channel. Planning on trying to have him on the show. To see if he's got some new stuff that'll be coming out, and probably will use these 4 floppies of what's in this trade that are signed and use those for giveaways. But these were done a couple years ago by, I never heard, who is this? Action Lab. Has anybody in the chat ever heard of Action Lab Comics? Never heard of them. But I got the interesting advertisement here. Mr. Beaver. He's a 007 type agent, but that's never heard of Action Lab Comics. Interesting. So that is all that I got at the con. So you can see you were out. Seeing stuff. So I guess the most interesting thing was talking to the creators and seeing about getting them on the channel. And so that was kind of the main thing today. I picked up this right here. I actually picked up an extra one. So if anybody's interested in picking one up, let me know. But this is the Something's Killing the Children that just came out, and it glows in the dark. I thought it might based on the way this feels because it looked kind of different. But I was like, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But obviously, everybody knows what Something is Killing the Children is. This is the latest issue that came out, but this is the glow in the dark cover. picked up an extra one of these while I was there at the Big Easy Comics as well, Phantom Star Killer. So I already had one before and sold it, so I'm just going to sell that one again. But these are for me. This is Whalesville and Rocks and Minerals. This is one of the Bad Idea comics. It's actually a trade type format there. This is, I think, is a kind of an older one. Star Wars IDW has got Darth Maul on it. I was thinking that this was something to this book, like maybe I saw it on Key Collector or something like that. So I wasn't going to sit there and try to look it up while I was sitting there in the shop. So I'll just pick it up. If I want to keep it, I'll keep it. If not, I'll just sell it. That would be a great guess, Craig, that I don't read that. Yeah, Phantom Star Killer is kind of cool. And the VHS one, that was one that I'd be interested in picking up. Also picked this up. Of course, this is an homage to Thor 337, Black Hammer Reborn. I've never read Black Hammer. I typically give Jeff Lemire a first pass because, so much of what I've read I like of his. But just with Black Hammer, I never got into it. But I had seen this cover, but knowing my shop, was never going to get it. I just didn't even bother, but I happened to see it on the shelf there, and I said, got to pick it up. Starscream. Oh, boy. All right, so we got some books right here that I managed to pick up on the cheap. If you see this little sticker right here, I picked Second and Charles. So Second and Charles was having a sale and picked these up there for 50 cents a piece. So I loaded up there. So we got Ninjak 21. Another comer. What I get for you? Was I supposed to get something for you, lady? Now you tell me. Should have told me beforehand. Oh, I also picked up this Tankers 2, which was at Big Easy Comics. Then also got Second and Charles, another Ninjak number 18, number 17, kind of a sick looking cover, number 15, buy 5 get 5 free sale, sweet. Then we got Ninjak 13, which kind of reminded me of the hip hop variants. I know that's not their intent. I know that. I don't believe that it is, but it's kind of cool looking, and 50 cents. Can't hardly pass it up. So then this is number 12. Little punk mumbo action there on the cover too. Then we got number 11. Number 10. Another number 10. Then we got number 6. Number 9. And number 1. The Second and Charles variant of that. Then we got number 11. We got Unity 25. Faith and the Future Force, which of course is a take on Rye and the Future Force. That was done back in the day, but this being led by Faith, who is part of the Harbinger group. So that's issue 3, I believe. Generation Zero, which was the spinoff of Harbinger. All these for 50 cents a piece. Then we got, this is issue 1 of Faith in the Future Force. Book of the Dead, number 1. This is the Second and Charles Bam variant. Fred Hembrick. Oh, okay. Then we got Faith and the Future Force, issue number 2. And then Psylords, number 5. And I kept looking at this pose where she's like coming at like that. And I was like, this looks so familiar. Not all the other surrounding busyness on the cover. I'm talking about this like that, and then him in this pose made me think of ASM 361. That's the only one that I can think of. But if there's another homage that I'm missing in that, let me know in the comments below. In the comments below. And my last live, I had forgotten to show these couple of pickups from the comic shop there in Monroe, Louisiana. But Detective Comics from the New 52, that's issue 26. Picked up Suicide Squad. This is the current run of Suicide Squad, which I've got 1 and 2 out of the Walmart comic packs and read them since I had them. And I said, man, that's pretty good. So decided to pick up 3. Got Detective Comics 23.1, Jason Fabok cover. Check that out. 2013. If you know, you know. But yeah, this is the non-3D cover version of that. Picked up Static 1. Just said I wanted to pick it up to read it, and if I didn't like it, I'd sell it or whatever. But is anybody in the chat or watching this on the rewind that has read Static 1? Got Noctera number 4. I'd already picked up this, but my shop didn't have this Jenny Frison cover, so I decided to pick up that because that was pretty sick looking. Sick, as Billy says. Sick. The sickness. The sickness is real, people. Buying comic books, expensive paper all the time. Pull any cool books recently. Well, I don't know. Whenever the last video was, time seems to have a way of getting away from me, so I don't remember when that was. I will tell you this, that the latest DC packs have impressed me. They're a lot better than what they were. They still offer 1 extra book than the Marvel packs do, and they're actually now putting ratio variants and others in there. So that's actually there. Hey, yeah, Showcase Comics and Collectibles up in the house. Now, I will say that the owner, and I'm assuming this is the owner of the Showcase Comics and Collectibles, he has the son with the best name possible. He has a son named Jason, and so and he's fun to talk to because he knows his stuff. So so yeah, anytime if a show is large or small, anytime that you can get out, meet up with some folks, get to talk with some creators, get a sketch cover done, and get some books. I mean, it's a good time, right? Yeah, so I don't spell my name like that, but my father's name is Jay, so I'm Jay's son. However, my mother would have had a cow. She probably would have respelled my name after the fact. Had I been spelled that way. My great grandmother used to spell my name just like that, Jay's son, and drove my mother crazy. All right, so let's see. I don't remember. I know they did. Oh, okay. So that's a little different. So check this out. I have never seen a slab done like this. So they put it in this inside of a Gemini mailer, then wrapped in the bubble wrap, and then in the priority mailer box. So I guess that works. I guess that's extra protection, really, because normally I just do it in bubble wrap. So this is a book that I have been wanting for quite some time, just never, sometimes there's books you want and then there's books you go like super hardcore after, right? And then, unless you just have a money tree, like Lady Fantastic, you just can't pick up everything that you want. Or either Lady Fantastic has a money tree or like this honey hole where she digs and finds 50 cents books all the time, or both. But this is one of those books that I've wanted. It's just, there was always another book, bigger book that was there to take the precedent over that, and finally just won the right eBay auction, because I haven't seen a lot of these out there at the con to even go after or try to make a deal on. Yeah, whatever. But that's Batman 608, the second print. Obviously, since I have Batman 198 through 713, I already have a 608, but it was just the first print. This is the second print done by Jim Lee still. If you have the other Superman cover, he's facing this way as if facing towards him. And so I do have that Superman cover. It is not slabbed. And I bought this slabbed because it was just as expensive to get it slabbed already as it was to get it raw. And then at least with the slab, even if you cracked it, because it is an older CGC label, even if you cracked it, you got a little more confidence that you would at least get the same grade that you had before, if not better, as opposed to a raw. I thought all scientists were rich. So I can see that is a crease back there. So I probably would benefit from a press. But check that out. Tom Brady, all those years ago, 2002. He's still playing football now. So really awesome looking cover. But I've been thinking about sending this into CGC and getting, so Jim Lee's having the signing. And also you can get a joint signing because Scott Williams and who is the other guy? It's Scott Williams and I don't think it's Jeff Loeb. Somebody else that works on this. So you could get a 3-sign book right here, which is really up my alley. And you can get it reasonable, if you want to say it that way, because I just hate to crack one that doesn't need to be cracked. So like for instance, my GSX-1, I cracked it, but I pressed it and got a whole grade bump. My Hulk 180, 181, 182, same thing happened. But the cases were cracked. So I kind of rationalized it in my mind for that. But I don't know. If I saw something on this book that I said, look, I could get a grade bump and get the 3 sigs, I might do it. But I don't know. Those are the ones who work in industry. I work in academia. Went into science for the love of it. Don't pay. Oh man, but yeah, so pretty cool cover. Glad to have that in my collection. Whether or not it ends up going to CGC, I don't know, because I hate to send it and it not get pressed, but then I really don't trust their pressing services, and then it takes 2 more weeks on top of that. I don't know. So this is from Mike Mayhew Studios. So Mike Mayhew, I got a notification on his website that these were available. I picked up some extra ones, and I think if you order $100, that you get free shipping. The only thing about Mike Mayhew Studios is that he's slow on shipping. And, it's just strange to me that I get a reason, like when I say, hey, I was just checking on my books, I get a reason why they're slow. Okay, well, so-and-so, they hadn't sent the books. I'm waiting on this, waiting on that. Okay, well, if that's true, then great. Well, then what happens? All of a sudden, bam, I got a notification that it's been mailed. right after you said you've been waiting for this reason. It just seems like really suspicious to me, like that. Okay, well, let me, somehow I guess my complaining, and I wasn't really complaining, I was just asking. Okay, cool. Thanks, lady. So these are the books that I got from him. This is Star Wars number 13. Of course, this is an homage to 68, that cover there, and got him to sign it there on the corner right here. And he included a COA. Yeah. Then we got this cover, and this really doesn't even look like his work, because typically his work, is like more of a painted feel, and then this is like a traditional colored feel. So maybe he had a different inker on this or something, a colorist. But he signed it right here. Then we got a COA in the back. So typically on his stuff, I get him to sign it because it's not that much difference in price. I'm like, here, go sign my stuff. And then this is a homage to Star Wars 42. And then he signed it down here. So yeah, pretty cool. And then we also got this COA. So that was from Mike Mayhew Studios. Mike Mayhew Studios. Then I got something from someone that Lady Fantastic and a lot of other people know. I got something from the Short Box Padawan. So Shorty must have been on a mailing spree, because I know she had said something about getting some books out for some other people, and I bought these from her. Was it last week? This was last week. And give me all your X-Men, just cut your losses. Hey, Gene, what's going on? Oh yeah, well, she's good at that. She's good at that. I don't even know what I bought from her. I know it was something that was like, it's one of those auctions that was like too cheap to let people just like pass on it. So I got to get this. And I don't even remember if it was something that I was interested in as much as thinking, this is just like too cheap. I got to put my hat in the ring. And it might be something that you see coming to an auction near you itself. All right, let's see what it says. Okay, so this is Incredible Hulk number 16. I think I already have this. Civil War number 5. Civil War number 5. We got Thor 607. I think that's a Miko Suyan cover there. What's she write on the back? Okay. Shorty had a little notes right here. Print run 66,000. Then we've got Invisible Woman, little Adam Hughes cover there, number 4. Yeah, that's going up for sale. Everybody's different, so some like new, some like old. I like both. Something's killing the X. Is that wishful thinking, Starscream? So this is pretty cool. Star Wars, Silver Surfer 52, little Ron Lamb goodness, and on that Infinity Gauntlet crossover. This is Detective Comics 1008. I gotta look and see if I have this cover. I've got a Detective Comics 1008, but I don't remember if I have this cover or not. And that's pretty cool. Joker cover there. And then we got Action Comics 29. This is something Mr. Comics 89 or Papa Wheelie can get behind. There you go. But this is 29 from the New 52. Then we got Supergirl Annual number 2, which I believe is the first appearance of the Supergirl Infected. I believe that's her first appearance in that annual. And Jeff Schultz, all the way from Chicago. One love from Chicago. What's up? So let's see here. Yeah. Supergirl making out with some guy, changing a baby's dirty diaper. It's kind of strange. She having flashbacks. And then she meets so it says so this is kind of flashing back to kind of behind the scenes and how the stuff affected her. And so then she talks to the Batman who laughs, and then it fast forwards to now. Read Supergirl 36 and Superman number 5, which is when you see it happen. So I don't know if this is like a deal to follow the story. So it must have came out. So I think this is the first appearance of her as that. And then this right here, this is a Matina Venomized variant of X23 or all new Wolverine 18. Yeah, never too old, as long as you can see. But that's what I picked up from Short Box Padawan on the Saturday morning cartoon crew, which were, for the most part, hanging out over on her channel today. Hanging out on her channel today as I was off checking out, trying to find some comic book goodness. Hey, Gene, we basically all do that, right? Something comes up, something happens, you get to feeling a little nostalgic, and those comic books kind of bring all that little nostalgia goodies screaming back to the mind. Because I just started collecting again. September will be 2 years ago. So we got Craig 269. I like what you did there. Size entry, scumbag size entry for the monthly giveaway. So appreciate Craig with the $2.69 super chat and making it rain in the right direction. Oh yeah, start bringing it back, and then it just starts flooding back. You're just like, man, I remember where I was when I read that. I remember where I bought that. I remember where, the newsstand I picked it off of, the comic shop I picked it up. I remember what I was doing when I read that. I remember how this story hit me hard. And then you find that a lot of the stories still pull out those nostalgic strings, and then some of them don't. And you say, man, what was I thinking when I was reading this? I guess it was good for the time, but this sucks. And so your collecting starts changing, and then flip side of that, you might have thought that, say, Silver or Golden Age back in the day, you're like, well, it wasn't accessible, so it sucked. Well, then you read it now, you might go, I really like this. So your collecting changes too, just like your taste buds change. Oh yeah, the smells is like that old comic smell, especially like the that Hulk book with the Jack of Hearts that came out in '77. I was sitting there smelling that, and so my wife and one of my sons said, "Oh, that comic's old." That's like 1977 is not old, punk. I was born in 78. I mean, 77 is awful close. Don't be calling me that, so that I might qualify as old. But those are all of my pickups from the con, as well as the other pickups that came in and the other stuff that I got on the way home. Yeah, the new comics just don't have that same smell that you like to take in, like. But I'm weird. I like to sniff books. You know, like, what is wrong with that guy at the bookstore? So those are all the goodies. But let's I do want to mention again a few more things. Do want to mention again the trade. I've got a bunch of trade paperbacks. So when I was out of collecting, I still was reading on occasion, and I would pick up trades. So I've got a bunch of trades. The funny thing about trades is that they're so hard to sell. I mean, most of the trades aren't worth anything. And I've put them up like for dirt cheap. Just say, hey, it's a good story. Read it on the auctions. Nobody wants to buy them. So we got Agu Rhythm with the 99-cent super sticker. Appreciate you, Agu. We'll throw a little rain your way as well. And but this is the exclusive for the channel. This is the Hulk 181 homage cover for Power Ninja Tunes, which is a parody comic akin to Do You Poo, you know, which does like the Poo DeLorean and all that other kind of good stuff. And so as you can see right there, got the logo right there on the back. And so I've got some of these, some of the foils, and some of the and one of the golds. So there's your regular one. There's the foil, and there is the gold. There's one of the golds left, and there's 4 of the chrome or foils left, and I've got a few of these left. So limited number, only 40 of these ever went out anywhere, only 10 of these, and only 5 of these were printed, and they're numbered down here at the bottom. And there's the back there too that I showed. Well, let's see. Not near mint. 1977 is 2 years older than I am, but that's how old Miracle Man is. 77 is old. Come on now. Now, we got Rob Worst calling me old, man. That's bad. That's bad. So Starscream with the $5 super chat. Starscream 69, one of the channel members. Appreciate you as well. Let's throw a little rain this way. Appreciate that. Now, before we get out of here, be sure to lay the hammer down on that like button. Just pretend that like button is like MC Hammer, and it's toying with you, saying, you can't touch this. Prove it wrong. Touch it, smack it, whatever you do, as long as it's appropriate in front of others. And appreciate everybody for hanging out today. He wins the banner. he's got the OG banner, right? Be sure to, if you need supplies, check out bcwsupplies.com. Use the coupon code SCG at checkout and save 10% on your order. Do want to give a shout out to the channel and Patreon members. Appreciate you folks and Z Collects should be on that YouTube channel member. I forgot to change the thing before the show, so sorry about that, Z. But if you're interested in one or both of those, then be sure to check out the links in the description below. And one of the benefits of membership is, of course, the monthly giveaways. Last month we gave away X-Men 266 newsstand. This month we're giving away an ASM 300 newsstand, first full appearance of Venom. And so if you're a channel member, you get 10 entries. And then for every $1 super chat, you get another entry. Wow. Lady hitting it where it hurts. Madonna was born in 58, so you're younger than Madonna. Oh, yeah, look, Madonna dates younger guys. So laying on the heat. Hey, check this out, Starscream. So when I get a new toy, normally I'll keep it on my desk for a little while. So I got Cyclonus here, and I had this keychain that came out of a pop mystery box that I got from GameStop. And so I decided to put it around Cyclonus's neck. So he's got bling. He's like, bling, he's going to be throwing the machines. That's right. Cyclonus. Or as my son calls him, the bunny rabbit. He says, oh, he's a rabbit. No, he's not a rabbit, son. He's a Decepticon. Let's get it right. That's right. He's chilling with the grill, chilling and grilling. But appreciate everybody for stopping by and hanging out with me this evening. And we still got a few hours, a few day worth of weekend left. Hopefully you're going to be spending it with some fam, hanging out with some friends, reading some good comics and all that kind of good stuff. I do want to also, because, hey, look, I always need a good excuse to play this.
Let me know when you're rolling. Ready. The Sword of Omens tells me that you're watching Southern Comic Geek. Thundercats. Ho!
So until next time, folks, keep reading and keep collecting. Adios.